Hello YouTube, this is OEF Collector and today I'm bringing you another commentary. Today I'm going to be talking about sniping in Call of Duty Black Ops. I'm going to be talking a little bit about classes, class setups, some tips, and a few pointers on how to do well in Black Ops when sniping. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is having a good class setup for sniping. Your class setup is going to be the backbone for you doing well in sniping. You're going to have a good class to do well in sniping because it is a bit more challenging than in Modern Warfare 2 and in other Call of Duty. There are 4 sniper rifles. The first is the Dragunov, the second is the WA-2000, the third is the L96A1, and the fourth is the PSG-1. Those are in the order that you can unlock them in. The Dragunov is a decent sniper rifle. That's the first sniper rifle you do get, so you're going to have to use that until you can upgrade to the better sniper rifles like the WA-2000. But personally, I wouldn't really upgrade to the WA-2000. I just didn't like it that much compared to the Dragunov, so I would keep using the Dragunov until you unlock the L96A1. You'll notice though that the L96 is leaps and bounds ahead of the Dragunov. It has more damage, and pretty much everything about it is a lot better. It's more fun to work with, and it has a better damage rate. Oh no, everything about it is pretty much better than the Dragunov. But I would highly suggest unlocking all of these sniper rifles, because the last sniper rifle that you can unlock is the PSG-1. That's the sort of mystery gun that you unlock, that can be unlocked or bought in Call of Duty as a sniper rifle. It's personally, I think it's the best sniper rifle. It's semi-automatic, it has a high damage rate, and it was easier to work with. I think it was a little bit more accurate than the L96. Sniper means that you can adapt to all kinds of things on the maps, adapt to the different battles. So to do that, you're going to want to have a good secondary weapon to move around the maps with. It's hard to move around the maps with just a sniper rifle because they're either semi-automatic only or bolt action, and you cannot quickscope. It's harder to get close range kills with these. So in order to move around the map safely, you're going to want to have a good secondary weapon. The 3 pistols that I would recommend using are the 1911, the Python, and the CZ75. They all have pretty good damage. I know the Python has a little bit more damage, but it is a revolver, so it takes a lot longer to reload. But it also has a high recoil, so that might not be the pistol for you if you can't keep your gun steady enough. So the 1911 and the CZ75 are both very good pistols, but you're going to want a good attachment for them. The 2 attachments that I would recommend is, the first one is either extended mag. It gives you a lot more ammo, so you can unload more rounds on the person. You're going to need that because these pistols, the stopping power isn't as near as great as an assault rifle, so it's going to take 4 to 6 shots usually to kill someone with a pistol. And the second attachment that I recommend using, if you don't use the first one, is dual wield. Dual wield is very good because it gives you a whole nother pistol. I liked it because of that. So having another pistol is going to give you a good advantage. So it's basically like you're getting extended mags almost. Well, I've never thought about it like this, but you are pretty much getting extended mags because you get a whole nother pistol, so you have a whole nother magazine, and you get a whole nother pistol, so it increases your damage, and it increases the amount of rounds you have to shoot at the person. The only bad part is that it's nowhere near as accurate as having just one pistol aiming down the sights, but it is more effective and it gives you a lot more damage. I actually run dual wield on a lot of my pistols. I use the 1911 most of the time because I like it the most. I like the style of it, but dual wield has worked out very well for me in close quarters situations. If you move around, make it harder for them to shoot. and keep unloading. Unload almost the whole magazine or as many rounds as you can on them, and most of the time you will get a kill. It works out pretty well. In the end, the L96 and the PSG-1 are both very good sniper rifles, and I would suggest using one of them in your class setup. They are very effective sniper rifles, and they work the best. They are the best sniper rifles. Yeah. So, assuming that you found a good secondary pistol, something that works for you, we're going to want to move into the perks. Now, you have 3 perk selections to make. Your first, second, and third perk. As your first perk, I would recommend either using Scavenger Pro or Ghost Pro. Both are very effective in sniping scenarios. Ghost, it gives you a ghillie suit, which, if you do not know what that is, it's pretty much a giant, it's like wearing a bush almost, something that gives you more cover and something that blends you into the environment more. And Scavenger Pro is going to give you a bigger it's going to give you more ammo when you start out. Both are very good perks, but you're going to have to choose between having more ammo and being hidden. Personally, I run Ghost on my sniping classes because I like it more. I think it's harder for people to see me at long ranges, especially when another sniper is looking for you. That's just my opinion, so I would run Ghost. But then again, you're going to want to use what works best for you. Moving on to the second perk. The first real choice that comes to my mind is Scout. Scout Pro lets you hold your breath longer when you are aiming down the sights with the scope, so that's a huge advantage for a sniper. I know without Scout, you can't hold your breath that long, so it's harder to steady. And once you're done steadying, I know that your gun moves around a lot, so that's one of the bad things about not having Scout. I think Scout is a must-have secondary perk for your sniper rifle, and pretty much the only one, the best one that will work. And as your third and last perk, I would either recommend Marathon or Hacker. You're going to want to move around the maps a lot, so a good choice is Marathon because it lets you run continuously without stopping. But another good perk is Hacker. It lets you see where other enemy equipment is, such as claymores, and that can save you a lot of times. I know in sniping, people place a lot of claymores, and those get you killed a lot, so that is one of the perks that can save you in a sniping scenario. They both work very well, but once again, you're going to have to come to a decision, and it's going to be what works best for you. Being able to see enemy equipment such as claymores, which can save you, or being able to run continuously or move continuously around the map, which you need to also do. Now comes the choices for the lethal part of your class. Your choices are Frag Grenade, Semtex, and Tomahawk. Personally, I like using the Tomahawk because I know that as part of sniping, you're going to be going in and out of buildings a lot, and every once in a while you're going to meet up with other snipers that are on the enemy team. So the best thing to do is to use the Tomahawk as a quick secondary. I like it because of that. If you see someone kind of still, I would just Tomahawk them. That's what I use a lot. But, you could also use Frag Grenade and Semtex, but you're not really going to get close enough to use those, so I would recommend using the Tomahawk as your lethal. Now, on to the tactical. We have a lot of choices for this one, but I would recommend using the flashbang because, once again, you are going to be moving in and out of buildings a lot. So you're going to probably want to throw in a flashbang every once in a while to make sure that there was no one there. And if there is someone there, it's going to stun them, giving you a good opportunity to make the kill. So once again, I would recommend using flashbang. Or, even the decoy maybe. If you threw that out into the open, it might be bait for someone. They might lead them out into the open to give you a good sniping chance. So, you're just going to have to mess around with them and find what is best for you in this situation. The last thing about the classes is equipment. I think that the claymore is a must-have when you're sniping. You put it down by a doorway or whatever. If someone walks by, it will blow up. So that is, a must-have. It'll watch your back. You just put it by a doorway from where you came in, and you go snipe. And if someone comes and they get blown up, that's probably a good indication though that you should leave the building and try to go snipe somewhere else after you have gotten one claymore kill. Now I'm gonna go over some tips that I have for sniping in Black Ops. The first thing that you're always going to want to do before getting comfortable being a sniper, camping out in one place, is looking for other snipers. With the Black Ops maps, they're not really long range, so that's not going to be much of a problem. But I know on some of the newer maps, on the map apps and download content, I was playing Annihilation, and I noticed that the maps are a lot more sniper friendly. So I was having a bigger problem with dealing with snipers and counter sniping. If you do see another sniper, you're going to want to make the first shot count, because if they don't see you and you blow your first shot, then you have a good chance of being spotted and being killed by the other sniper. I know this has happened to me a lot. I miss by that much and then I get sniped off. So that's the first tip I have for sniping. The second tip that I have is to try to stay in the shadows. If you have Ghost Pro or Ghost, this is going to work very well for you. You're going to want to stay in the shadows to make it harder for them to find you, and you're pretty much going to blend in with whatever shadow you're in at a long range, and it's going to be a lot harder for other snipers to see you. This can be a very effective tool on a lot of the long range maps. Just try to blend in with things, stay in the shadows, so it's harder for other people or even snipers to see you. The third sniping tip I have is very closely related to the second tip. You're going to want to stay hidden as much as possible. Try to hide behind cover that gives you a good advantage. The best things to hide behind are like trees, more stuff that you can blend into. Try hiding behind, a window or something that gives you cover. You might see some stuff in front of your scope, like other trees and stuff, but that means that it's going to be harder for them to see you because you're standing right behind something, and they're going to have to look past that to see you. They might pass it up a lot of the time. So that's another tip that can save you in a sniping scenario. The fourth sniping tip I have is moving around a little bit. A lot of people think that all snipers just camp, but if they do that, then it's not really sniping. You're gonna want to get 1 to 3 kills and move to another building, get another couple of kills and move. You're gonna want to keep moving, making it harder for people to find you, and that'll save you a lot of times. I know there are times where I just stay in one building for a while and try to get as many kills, but that always ends up biting you because people come back with noob tubes, all kinds of stuff. They throw flashbangs, come and kill you. They throw grenades, anything they can to stop you. They don't know where you are for sure, but they'll throw grenades and anything they can to try to kill you. So that is one of the things that can save your life. Just try to move around as much as you can without being caught, without being seen, and you're pretty much good to go for getting higher kill streaks. The fifth and last tip that I'm going to give about sniping is, help your team. You have an advantage compared to their assault rifle because you have a scope. You could see a lot farther than them. Maybe watch a few guys that are on your team, and if you see an enemy coming behind the corner, it'd be best to try to kill them. Try to help your team out so you can get more accomplished. If you're playing some objective-based game mode like domination or capture the flag, try to kill the person who has the flag, or try to kill the person that's trying to capture your flag. It's good for your team. It gives you a kill, so everyone is going to benefit on it that is on your and in team deathmatch, you're going to especially want to watch out for, the guys on your team. And a good way to keep guys on your team from dying is try to kill other snipers. If there's other snipers that are, as good as you, you have a big problem there because they can snipe multiple members of your team at a time, and that gives them an advantage but not you, so you're going to be losing out on guys. More guys are going to be dying when the whole time you're just watching them getting killed. Go for other snipers. Try to keep your team members alive as long as possible. Back them up. when you are using a sniper rifle. You know, as a sniper, to be effective, you're not just going to want to go after kills, but you're going to want to be a team player and help your team as much as possible, because you have a big advantage.